Hi guys, welcome to a new process video for Hip Kit Club. Today I'm sharing my third layout that I've created with this month's Hip Kit, and I kind of cheated a little bit on this one. I wasn't exactly sure what I wanted to do for my design. I knew the photos that I wanted to use and the products from the kit that I wanted on my page, but I didn't have a design in mind, so I kind of took what I knew that I wanted to use and just kind of laid the page out before I got started on my video. And I used my phone to take a photo of it just so I could reference back to that once I got everything laid out. That's kind of a way to help with your inspiration if you're feeling kind of stuck on a design and not really sure what you want to do. Just kind of lay everything out without adhering anything down, and that way you can get a feel for what you want to do on your layout. So I knew I wanted to start out with the We Are Memory Keepers paper for my background, a light blue color. I wanted to pull some blues and greens and black from the kit to create a masculine layout to go with these photos of our son. And I knew that I wanted those two photos to overlap, so I put those overlapping and then added the chipboard frame from the crepe paper chipboard that's included in the kit, just to have both of those kind of joined together. And I didn't add the washi tape on my original layout of the page because I knew that that would stick, but I knew I wanted to use it in that area, so I left that area open just so I could layer the Heidi Swap washi tape there. I really liked the designs with the stars and the stripes, so I used those two strips just right there in that little area where I'm going to place my title. And I wanted to use the chipboard camera there just to have a fun embellishment to go beside my title. And I've been saving that My Mind's Eye paper with the words. They're really cute, and I knew I wanted to use them. I was just waiting for the right page, and this one ended up being it. And so I just wanted to fussy cut some of those words out of the paper and kind of just layer them in the background above and below the photo. So I just cut several of those, and I liked the colors, the way they mixed together, and I didn't really worry if there was some overlapping words that I cut. It just kind of added a fun look to the page. And I also used some of those bits from the My Mind's Eye mixed bag, and I just added that little clip. It's actually paper, but it looks like one of the plastic clips, so I really liked that and wanted it to go at the top of my page. And I'm pulling in some of those other chipboard elements. I liked how the little arrow had a curve and just kind of pointed down to my photos. And this is another piece from the mixed bag, and it really doesn't represent anything other than the fact that our son is 5. I liked the numbers that were in that bag, and just the contrast of the black, so I wanted to add that right there beside the photo. And those Evilicious wood veneers are really cute, so I wanted to get some of those on my layout. So I added that one right there to the center of the camera, and then one at the top of the page. And I wanted to use some of those little puffy stickers from Evilicious, and so I layered it over this little tag from the My Mind's Eye mixed bag. And just to add some more texture, I stapled it with my tiny attacher. And then I'm going to add one more of those puffy stickers right there on the frame. And I wanted to stamp something on the little tag, so I used one of my phrase stamps and just stamped the word documented right there on that tag. And for some reason I never have my ink pad out, even though I know I'm going to stamp, so I had to reach over and grab that. And so I'm just going to stamp documented twice. And I kind of put that to the side because the ink was really wet and I didn't want to take the chance of smearing it on the page, so I just kind of set that aside for a little while for it to dry. And I love the date stamps, just to have those handy to add a date really quick to your page. Those come in handy instead of trying to do letters or number stickers to get the date. Just get it on there really quick with one of the date stamps. And so I'm adding some strips of that black and white Webster's Pages paper down the side, and I actually make a little mistake here. It's not anything major, but you can notice it. I had the two papers kind of cut at an angle, and the smaller edge was supposed to be at the top on that skinnier piece, and I accidentally flipped it around. And once I finished the video, I actually stitched down the side of both of those, and I didn't realize it until after I stitched, so it was pretty much going to stay there like that, but probably no one would notice it except for me if I hadn't mentioned it. But I just thought it was kind of funny that I had it turned and then flipped it back around and stuck it on there the wrong way. But oh well, it's just one of those little things that will drive you crazy, but nobody else probably cares about. So I wanted to use some of those bright blue thickers to add my title. And I'm just doing the title Blowing Kisses because our little boy, he likes to blow kisses, and it's always so funny when he does it. So I just got a couple of pictures of him in the action of blowing a kiss, and my daughter was like, he doesn't look like he's blowing a kiss, and I said, well, that's how he does it. So I just wanted to get those photos on a page, and I always like any photos that shows his dimple, and so these do. I always have trouble with the S's for some reason. They never want to line up, so I always have a problem trying to get those on. But I like that pop of blue there from the thickers. It kind of contrasts with the teal that's in the washi tape and then the My Mind's Eye paper. And I also use some of the little enamel dots up at the top just to create kind of a little curve. And I added some of the black ones down at the bottom by the date, but I actually didn't like where that was going, so I decided to take those back off and repeat that same little pattern that I did with the curve at the top on the side here with the black enamel dots, and I liked that much better. I didn't like the two stuck at the bottom, so I just moved those to the side. And I'm going to add that little tag with the Evilicious puppy sticker there over the top of the frame. And for this, I had used some of the little chevron pieces. I still had one left, but I was trying to think of a different way to use it. And it's always fun to kind of repurpose your chipboard pieces. So I just cut that shape out from the chipboard paper and cut along the edges of the chevron pattern. And just got it cut close to the sides. And I'm going to add that to the frame and just leave that one that's the chipboard piece, the little chevron that's in there. I'm just going to leave that in there still, and then have the two open spaces. And I thought that just added a fun bit of interest there on the frame. And I used the hot glue just to make sure it sticks, since the adhesive is kind of spaced out, since two of the pieces are missing out of there. So that's a fun way to repurpose your chipboard sometimes, and even use a whole piece and keep those openings and stick things in there. That's a fun idea. Just stick flare buttons or whatever in there, or your photos. And so I'm getting that little tab there on the side. I wanted something to balance out on that right hand side of the page, and so I'm just going to stick that right there and layer it over the frame. And I do add some color shine and some stitching, which you'll see in the final picture of the layout. Thanks for watching today, and don't forget to visit the Hip Kit Club blog to check out our kits. Hope to see you next time.